Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to this Understanding Nihal's Decision Making stream. It's Super Juniors Cup 2020 winners interview stream. And I thought, uh, there should be a short break after this entire tournament got over because it was very, very tiring, not just for us, but also for Nihal, who won the tournament. For all those who have missed it, it was one of the most, like the biggest tournament for juniors in India with top 32 players, top 32 juniors taking part, and Nihal Sarin winning it with convincingly. He played some amazing chess and he managed to win without too many difficulties. So today we're going to get Nihal here on the stream and we're going to talk about his games. Whenever I ask Nihal as to how he thinks so quickly, how he makes certain decisions, he says he doesn't really know. Yeah, he's not very sure. But when you ask certain chess questions, you get to understand his thinking much better. And this is what I'm going to do today. I've picked up some important positions from his games, and this is what we are going to look at. So, this is Nihal's nice picture, his rating 2620, born in 2004, and his name for this tournament was the Immortal Gladiator. I don't know how Nihal liked that name. We should ask him very seriously whether he liked this name or not. So, without any further delay, let me invite Nihal on the screen. Nihal, how are you?
Hi, Sagar. Fine, thank you.
Nihal, did you like the name Immortal Gladiator? So very
Yeah,
tell me true, yeah, true. If you don't didn't like it, you can say no, no, no. I did not like it.
no, I liked it.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
like Avatansh suggested it, and I said, okay, seems cool.
Seems cool, yeah. Immortal
Yeah,
Gladiator. Yeah, I also
like got
liked
to know
it.
what Gladiator was only like 1 year ago.
Did you see the movie Gladiator?
Yeah.
Did you
So
like that one?
it was a bit complex for me, but yeah, some parts were good.
Yeah, I like that movie very much. When I think I saw it when it released when I was around 15 or 16. It's a very old one. Russell Crowe, and loved it very much. Well, Nihal, first of all, a big congratulations for winning the Super Juniors Cup. And today I want to discuss some of your games with you, some of the moments from the tournament where you made very, very complex decisions. I think some of them were based on intuition, some were on calculation, but we would like to understand your thinking better.
Sure. Right.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay. First, before we go on, I just want to give everyone a heads up as to how this happened. First of all, a warm welcome to everyone in the chat. Um, this was the first round. You see, Nihal is always on the top left. He was the top seed of the event. He beat Savita Shri two and half. Then we moved on to the quarterfinals. Sorry, pre-quarterfinals, and he beat Rathanvel 3-0. In the quarterfinals, he beat Indian with a score of 4-1. Then he managed to get the better of Abhimanyu Puranik in the semi-finals. And in the finals, he faced his very good friend Arjun Erigesi, and it was uh, again a victory for Nihal. In fact, that one was in just 6 games out of 8, and he played some amazing chess to become the champion in the tournament. Nihal, if I asked you which was your toughest game in the event, toughest match, which one would that be?
Toughest match was probably Abhimanyu.
Abhimanyu in the semis, yeah.
Yeah, it was really tough, and very fortunate to have pulled through. Actually, like it could have gone either way.
Yeah, actually, it went till the last game, and in the last game, if it would have been a draw, which it seemed likely, then we would have gone to the Armageddon. But you sort of tricked him towards the end and won the match.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of blunders in that match, especially from me.
Okay, we will have a look at them. So this was Savita in the first match, then Rathanvel, Inian, Abhimanyu, and Arjun. That's how Nihal's tournament went. And let's first get to the chess. And first, Nihal, one question I want to ask you before we get going. And guys, if you have any questions for Nihal, you can also ask in the chat. Would be very happy to answer them. So e4 c6, Nihal, tell us something about this variation knight f6 that you have been playing. This is not just over here, but you have also played it in the Asian tournament. Um, what are your thoughts about
Mm.
this system after takes and then e takes f6, not g takes? But earlier people used to think that e takes f6 is in a way a very sort of defensive move. It must give black a small disadvantage, especially because white has a majority here and your majority on the king side is kind of crippled. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, like this 4 knight f6 is a pretty new line, I think. It's more recent than 4 bishop f5, which is the main move, which is still the main move, I guess. Sorry.
Yes.
But now this knight f6 is coming. I think it's more fashionable these days. And the point is, like, it's true that white has a better structure, but black gets very good piece play, it seems like, to compensate for it. Like, bishop comes to d6,
Mm-hmm.
castles, and all of a sudden both bishops are very active. There is this e file, knight d7, knight f8, knight d6. Like, it's very easy to make moves as black.
Ah,
And
okay.
yeah, of
So,
course, the white has an ex. It's almost like white has an extra pawn in the on the queen side, but and endgames could really be bad, right?
right.
Like, but yeah, I think the piece play compensates for it.
Yeah, and somehow, you always manage to create some play in this system. And even in your game against Savita, if you go ahead, you created some very nice play. By the way, a big thanks to Pradeep Rao for your super chat. C3, castles, bishop d3, check, bishop e3. And the game started getting very interesting when you pushed here f5, knight b3, f4,
Yeah, I was
and
very optimistic when I got f5.
exactly, and then you played f3 and you thought for 50 seconds on this move. I mean, for me, when I am playing, let's say with black pieces here, I would instantly play this move. But what were you thinking for 50 seconds?
Yeah, I shouldn't have done it. Like, I was just calculating. I was calculating, I guess. Like f3, g3, I'm really trying to find some figure which I couldn't really find.
You wanted to go deeper. It was not like f3, you had some other options, yeah, in that
Like,
position.
maybe there were, like, you could try some knight h4 and some bishop h3 sacrifices. Like,
Directly.
knight h4, f3, it's a different stuff. Probably I shouldn't allow.
Hmm.
Like, there was even some trick like bishop f3. It's a bit too crafty. Like,
Takes queen
like
h4, queen h. No,
um,
but
maybe go knight h4. Like, let's see.
hmm.
It's actually tricky, right?
Yeah, the threat is now this, and it leads
Queen
to a
h4.
mate.
Yeah,
I'm thinking as to how I can defend against it, but
I'm not sure you can defend here. Like, worst
because
case,
king
there's bishop
h1, there is
f4.
queen
Yes,
h3, rook g1, and queen f3, correct?
yes,
So,
that's still mate. So white has to play bishop f5 at some point. So I was also briefly considering stuff like this, but
okay.
like bishop f3, bishop f5 probably solves the issue. Like immediately go bishop f5. Then you're just piece one.
Then you are just losing. Yeah, this is one very important thing. He can intermediate play this move. Hmm.
Yeah, that was like seriously annoying in many lines actually. This bishop f5 defense for white. So yeah, like I was trying to calculate some things like this, and yeah, then I got low on time.
Yeah, and then it got out of hand. By the way, here after f3, g3, rook e2, you played an excellent game. And as we discussed after the game as well, bishop h5 would have been very strong. The point being bishop f5 is met with rook
Yeah,
d2.
I didn't see the blue.
Yeah, yeah. And then this game ended in a draw, and which was a very surprising result. Did you at that point feel like some kind of a loss in confidence or something like that, or you are like, okay, that happens, doesn't matter?
Not really. Like towards the end, I thought I was quite lucky to get the draw.
You can. Yeah,
I was in
because she had this lot of activity flowing and
a lot of activity, and practically it was easier to play for white. So and I was also black, so I thought draw is not a disaster.
hmm,
Just just play on.
correct. And so this was a draw with in this game. By the way,
Yeah,
before
he
we
played very well this game.
she played very well, yeah, Savita.
Yeah.
Amarnath says, big fan of you, Nihal. Can I hear some Malayalam?
Hi, Sugamanu.
Uh, can you say like Savita is a good player in Malayalam?
That's tough. Okay. Savita Nalla player.
Okay.
Savita Nalla player.
But you speak Malayalam, right, at home or no?
Yeah, but for player and all, we don't use.
Okay.
Okay.
Player is
For
a
player,
player
it's
only. I
a-
think player remains player in all languages, yeah?
I mean, there is a word, but like you play like you say like Kalikaran.
Ah,
That's okay. It's very rarely used. I think.
correct. Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
Subrajoy Datta says, hi Nihal, big fan. Looking forward to your bullet match with Anish Giri as he has mentioned in his channel.
Thank you.
Is there going to be a match?
I don't know. There might be at some point.
Ah, okay. But do you look forward to playing with Anish like a bullet, or you feel like I can just go and play with multiple opponents at the, or you like to play on stream?
Like play bullet.
Hmm?
I like to play bullet in general.
But on stream or off stream?
Uh, Generally off stream because like gives gives you more freedom. I feel just a bit more.
You can be more expressive, yeah, because on stream you if you blunder, you don't want to get caught on camera doing service.
Exactly. Like you can explode freely, basically.
Yeah, yeah. And when I think in this tournament, because it was being live broadcasted, did it at ever feel like you felt a little bit sort of or you were free when you were playing? You were uncomfortable while playing?
Not really. Sometimes it actually helps. Like sometimes your anger might get out of control. So camera helps in that sense.
Hmm.
So that is fine.
Is it true, Nihal, that earlier when you used to lose, you used to get very angry while playing, or it
Yeah.
happens even now?
I mean, earlier it used to happen much more often, but yeah, now it's lesser. Now it's quite okay.
Now it's under control. You
Yeah.
have like
Yeah.
fixed it.
Yeah, some games can still be very annoying.
What is the craziest thing you have done after losing? Is there something that you have done which you think, oh my god, I don't believe I did that? Like once I had thrown away certain things and stuff like that.
Okay, not too much. Maybe like I smashed the mouse or something.
Smash the mouse, yeah. Not
Yeah,
not your computer.
no.
Ah,
Maybe very, very long ago, but not.
only the mouse. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Pratik Prao, thank you so much for becoming backer of Indian Chess. Very kind, guys. Anyone who wants to become a member, most welcome to do so. All the collection that we do goes to Indian Chess and to organize future events and all of it. Okay, Nihal, after this, moving to the second game against Savita, I have just one question from that because it was not the second. Second one you won very easily. Third one, you were playing with the black pieces here.
Yes.
Tell us, how did you decide to play the Marshall? Because in a way, Marshall is an opening where if white is well booked up, it's kind of equalish, yeah? Like it leads to a forced draw often.
Yeah, that is true. I just wanted to play more solid. That's it. Like not much plan. Like I just played it just like that. And it's not such an easy draw actually. I think. Like, okay, at a high level, it's of course a draw. At at lower levels, then like I don't exactly know how to force a draw. There are some tricky sidelines everywhere.
People have to know a lot of depth, yeah, like, and
Yeah,
also you have to study it very seriously to know the ins and outs of it.
same. Yeah, like even I need to. Like also, I will be knowing very little compared to the 2750s to play this.
uh, do you, I mean, there, you have worked with 2700, 2750s before, so now you know what the difference is, yeah, between them. So do you also try to sort of work in that fashion as them?
Mhm. Nothing like that actually. I just work somehow. I don't exactly know how I will work. Like
You are
just
just,
prepare quite normally only.
but it's like this, yeah, like for example, let's say you played these games in this tournament. Have you analyzed these games?
These games, I don't really think so.
So everyone says like you should analyze and all, but I believe that you do not analyze your game so much. Then how do you learn from your mistakes?
I mean, some very critical things I do analyze, like some very critical games or something. But like, mm, not so often. That would be
Hmm.
like if there is something really important, then I'll definitely check immediately after the game.
It means you feel that during the game, if there was an important moment, then you go
Yeah.
and check later. But you don't generally, like, there are people who recommend, in fact, even I recommend often to in my streams to people that you must analyze every game that you play, because you may learn something out of it.
Yeah, that's definitely it's very useful to analyze. Like, okay, these online blitz games, I'm generally not analyzing unless there's something really special. But classical games, I'll definitely check it with a maybe just follow chess engine, but like we'll definitely check it immediately afterwards to see if there was something important.
Right.
At least some analysis should be there.
No, not like that. Yeah, like where people spend 4 hours analyzing
Uh,
without an engine,
no,
and
no.
then they then they switch on the engine, and then they first write down all their thoughts and all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that doesn't work for you? Like, do you feel bored to do that? Is it not so
Yeah,
useful?
I definitely feel bored to do it. Like it's also a very good method, and I think I used to do something similar a few years ago, but now I just don't feel like it.
Hmm.
Like I I just play more often.
But do you think that, for example, like many times people say you must do this, and then when you don't do it, you feel like, oh, this might not lead to improvement, or now you have reached that stage where whatever you feel like doing, that is more important for your improve. I mean, how does that work basically? Because when you were young, someone would tell you analyze your games. I'm sure people told you back then analyze it carefully, and then you would have thought about it, right? And how did you come to this conclusion that okay, it's not the only way to improve?
Like I don't know, but like I just enjoyed playing Blitz online or something much more. And I was learning a lot that way, including openings and everything. Also getting a lot of experience in good players. So at some point, I just decided I just do this. Works for me, so I know.
Correct, correct. I think it's
I
very
don't really know how
important.
to explain.
Yeah, I mean, it's very important to sort of believe in yourself, and to actually do what you think is good for you. Many people may tell you different things, but I guess you listen to the ones whom you truly sort of believe in, and
Yeah,
who are important. Yeah, very nice. By the way, a question by Abhimanyu Arya, who says, Sagar, great to see what you have done for chess. Love your streams. Nihal, always enjoyed your games. Looking forward to you dethroning Magnus soon.
thank you.
When someone tells you about dethroning Magnus, do you feel like, okay, if there's still some time, do you, or you are like, okay, thanks, yes, I'm going to try my best. I mean, it may happen very soon.
Mm, I don't really think about that.
You
Just go step by step.
step by step, yeah. No need to think about Magnus. There's still
Yeah,
2700, 2750, so on.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's still a huge gap, so just
Okay.
come step by step.
Got it. Got it. Okay, so let's go to the next match that you played. This was against Rathanvel. His ID was Dieselbot. Uh, and this was a tougher encounter than the first round, like a tougher match, although you scored 3-0. I want to go to a moment in this game. You were playing with the black pieces here. And once again, you played the Marshal. C6, D3. D3 variation was played. Rook E8.
Yeah,
And here, were you surprised with this move, Bishop E3 during the game? Because I guess the main move is to take, yes?
yeah. Like this rookie is actually a very tricky sideline, I think. And
What is the main move here? I think Queen
Queen
H4,
H4 is the
right?
main. Yes,
G3,
G3,
Queen
Queen
H3.
H3. Yeah, Bishop E3, Bishop D3, Knight D2, Queen F5. Many top games go like this.
Right, right.
Like that, like these endgames, White can maybe put some pressure, but Black is always fine. Like lot of top draws.
Hmm.
So this Rook 8 is a tricky line, and it's also pretty easy for Black to play, I think. So, but yeah, after Bishop E3, I was sort of out.
You are out of book. Because I believe takes, and Knight D2 is the main theory here.
Yes, sir. This is the main line.
And then you give a check and then knight f1 and the game goes on,
Yeah,
but he went bishop e3, you took knight d2, so now you
I
played
should
sorry,
actually check this.
what did you say?
Like I should actually check this one.
Yeah, this is a good, I think this is an
Hmm.
important game because it also gave white a small nagging edge, yeah, like after queen c7,
Mm-hmm.
bishop d4, bishop g6, like he went g3, but if he had gone h4, I think he would have had a small edge right here.
Yeah, I mean, this was definitely unpleasant. Mm. And I really didn't know what to do.
Yeah, you may have had to go something like h5 here or h6. I don't know.
Yeah, and knight e4, white always has some pressure for sure.
Correct. Correct. But okay, he went g3. You went knight e7. There's one more interesting moment in this game which I want to ask you about. Is here after rook a c1, this move h6. How did you come to this move h6? Because I believe that there are other options here as well and other quite logical. But this move h6.
Yeah, h6 is just okay. Basically, I just saw this rook c6, queen c6 trap and played it.
You saw it, yeah? You saw it.
Yeah, I
You
had
took
seen
just
it.
13 seconds for the move h6. It was very pretty.
Yeah, like I think h6 is useful in general just to leave the square for the king. Maybe h5 would have been better to like stop h4, sort of like discourage h4 a bit.
Right. So here
So,
h5 also, and that would also have led to the same trap which happened in the game. So first Rathanvel took rook takes c6, and you spotted that
yeah, like
takes.
initially I had missed bishop f7 check was there.
Yeah, this you
Yeah.
had missed after take and bishop takes f7. He
Mm-hmm.
did take it in the game, by the way. He played takes, rook takes, queen takes, and he took here. This came as a surprise for you.
No, no, like when I played h6, I didn't see this, but when I took queen c6, I did see.
Hmm.
So king f8 was quite precise.
Beautiful move, beautiful chess. Because if king h8, then he can take. Sorry, he can
Take queen c6 and fight
take,
all.
check, king here. check, takes, and d5. Yeah,
Yeah, I should still be close to winning after rook e2. Just feel like,
but
but now
why?
it's more tricky.
Sorry.
Like, did you say something?
Yeah, I was saying, but why to get into this sort of
Yeah,
messy
actually, this
situation?
would even get tricky. Like, king f3, rook b2, king e3, and suddenly it's not so easy to stop the b-pawn. Like,
Yeah.
so, yeah, king f8 was just precise in the sense you keep the king closer to the d-pawn, and bishop d5 check, queen f6 was an important.
Hmm.
I had this. So,
You also spotted this move. Yeah, very nice. So he had to go. Okay, he dropped
yeah,
the queen
he
here.
definitely intended queen c6. But
Yeah, but then the thing is, after check, king here, check, takes. Now the bishop is also hanging, and so is the pawn. So this would be not so difficult now anymore.
yeah,
Cool.
this should be pretty easily.
Yeah, this
Like,
was
also, it is likely to lose b2 already.
all right. So this
Apart from
was
that, yeah.
a very nice win. In fact, this was the second game. The first game that you played against Rathanvel, we'll come to it. There's a couple of questions. Manosij Basu says, great fan of Nihal. I'm sure he's one of the competitors for world champion in future. How does Nihal improve opening prep, playing more over the board? Does he feel playing a lot of bullet helps improve?
Hmm.
I think there are two questions here. One is how does Nihal improve opening prep?
Okay,
Uh,
that is largely due to Srinath's help. Like,
Srinath helps in that.
yeah, he helps a lot with opening. He is very good with opening prep in general. And now I also learned how to use engine stuff. So I can also do a bit of engine prep now, but yeah, it's largely Srinath's help in it.
Hmm. Which is a good engine, Nihal, if someone wants to use
Uh, okay, now the recent trend is Leela Zero.
Leela.
Yeah, the recent trend.
Hmm.
But okay, I started working with engines very recently. I mean, before that, like quite a while ago, I used to use some engines, not completely like Bookish. Like, I used to use some engines, but
But it was more like
uh,
haphazard, yeah, like just to check stuff and all of
yeah,
that, not like
like
be.
there is some stockfish, yeah? Just some
Hmm.
stockfish,
Any, it could be even
not the cloud
Stockfish
engine.
8,
Yeah,
Stockfish 7, it doesn't matter. Something is there which is working.
yeah, like not the cloud ones. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, by the way, guys, all the top players and many of them use this cloud engines feature on chessbase, which allows them to use very powerful engines which are remotely located and they can be accessed via the cloud. So Nihal and several other top players all across the world, they use it. And do you feel playing a lot of bullet helps you?
yeah, it it helps me just helps me to stay sharp and also improves my speed. Like it really helps in the time travel situation.
Because you have a lot of practice playing bullet, so
Yeah,
it
like
helps.
I think you'll be less nervous if you have played a lot of Pure
Correct.
and then get into tempo.
Manit Mohapatra says, Sagar, if Nihal remembers his game with Vidit in World Blitz Championships, he was in a winning position, but how was it a draw? Really, were you winning? I thought it was always equal, yeah? Against.
No, no, in World Rapid it was I was actually a very clean pawn up, but
Yeah. You were black, yeah?
no, I was white. There was
I,
some English and I was a very clean pawn up at some point, but then I started to play a bit slowly and nervous. Also, with it defended very well.
hmm.
All the top players they defend extremely
Right,
well.
yeah, that's one of the things. I think when you start breaking their resistance is when you really start improving. That's very critical. Vansh Pandya says, my warm greetings to Nihal.
Thank you.
Nihal, this one game, it was the first game, and I believe there is one moment in this game which I want to look at it with you. This you are white, and do you analyze a player's style along with Srinath or yourself before the match? Like, let's say Rathanvel, how he plays. Is he an aggressive player? Is he a positional player?
Yeah, a bit like, and we felt Rathanwell was a bit more like he likes initiative, for example,
Hmm.
like initiative active chess. So
So you
that I'll just
decided to keep it
playing
simple.
positional. Yeah.
You kept it positional. So take, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, d4, and yeah, knight h4. This everything happened here. Takes. How do you assess such a position in your the Nihal way of thinking? Is this slightly better for you? Is this equal? How is it?
Okay, this is. I think this is definitely just equal.
Just equal.
Like I don't really have anything. I just tried to create something with B forward. I don't think anything is actually good.
Yeah.
Like if my knight was on D4 and it could come to C6, my knight was on a better square, then maybe I could claim some edge.
Hmm.
But okay, G2 is not a good square.
Yeah. So this happened, all of it, and I believe that here you maybe rook d7 and you started to feel, yeah, you have some chance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like rook D on E5, E3, and
Takes.
here I started getting a bit excited. Mm.
Yeah, takes, king f6, rook d4, takes, and ed4. And this endgame, Nihal, is this something that you feel worthy of analyzing? Because I felt it was unbelievable,
Yeah,
this endgame.
definitely. Like I still don't know what it objectively. What is it objectively? Actually,
Let's try to figure out. But what was your feel during the game?
during the game, I thought okay. I thought I definitely had some chance to win this. And when I went rook D1, I had seen till king f5 have D5.
King f5, you have d5. This is what you had seen.
Yeah.
So let's say, let's try to just look at king e6. And what was your plan here? I mean,
Okay, king E2
king
for
e2,
sure.
let's say
I
king
hadn't thought
d5,
further. Yeah, king D3.
and how about a6 here?
Hmm. B5 feels somewhat right. Okay, B5 is the only chance, right? Otherwise, black plays B5.
Yeah, takes,
A B5.
and let's say I go king d6
King C. Also, at some point, F5 can be. Why not here, actually?
with white, f5. Okay, if I take
King C4. Like, I don't know whether this works.
king e6,
Hmm. Okay, now just like D5, King D6, King D4, F6.
yeah, any move I
Maybe
guess.
it's better to start with. Yeah, maybe it's better to start with King E5. Just force F4 and come back King D6.
When?
Like F5, GF5, King C4, F4. No, like King C4, King E6.
Yeah.
Just that line. So D5, King E5, maybe. Maybe just King E5 and F4, King D6. I don't think white can ever play.
Hmm. And this is a draw. Actually, it's very
Yeah.
difficult to imagine that such a position. It's just a draw, yeah.
Is it just a draw?
Yeah, after a6, but you have to play
Yeah.
a6 here
Hmm.
because if you
Yeah.
play any other move instead of a6 in this position, let's say you go f6, then after b5, white is winning
Yeah, it's very complex.
because after king e3, sorry, king e6, king e4, maybe f5, king d3, king d5, king c3, and now I guess
H6.
h6.
Yeah, white will have more reserve time.
Yeah, like king d3,
Now white can just do the king.
Yeah, king d6, king c4.
And eventually, like king e6, d5, king d6, king d4, and if king gets to a fifth rank, white wins.
Yeah, so let's say, but then white is this position a draw? Like after a6 takes king d6, king c4. Why is this a draw? Because here also you
I
get,
don't know. It's way above my head.
because if you go f5,
f5, d5 should be winning, I think. And like now, king d4, king e5 is sort of unstoppable.
yeah, so like if you go king d7,
King
king
d4,
d4, king d6, h4, yeah? Or
h4, h5 might be a draw.
h4, h5,
Ah,
f3,
no, h4, h6, sorry. h4, h6, and f3, h5.
or maybe h3,
h3 seems good, yeah.
h6,
Now h4,
h4, h5,
h5.
f3, and then you get entry. Okay, so you have more reserve moves. So the question is just instead of doing this, if you go directly f6, b5, here, here, now this very position is winning for white because of the tempi, yeah, not because of these pawns being exchanged. I don't think that is a relevant thing.
Like, I don't know. The only real point I can see it being relevant is some queen endgame coming in the future.
6 king d3.
Like, maybe it is because of some queen endgame coming in sometime. That is possible, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like uh, let's say a6, here take king d6 and king
King c4
c4,
is much better to
yeah, and now a king e6, okay, and then you go, let's say d5, king d6, king d4. And I think the main point is that f6, you have a sort of a choice to waste moves. That is the point. Like you can't just make f5 in one go.
Hmm.
F6, and then you can go maybe h6, h5. So you are
Yeah, black
actually
definitely. Yeah, sorry.
no, I was thinking that you play a6 so that you reach this position here with having all the reserve tempi in hand, like king e6, d5, and now you have both these pawns which have 1, 2, 3, 4 moves, and that's why it leads to a draw. That's maybe my understanding, because if
Yeah,
you
possible. But yeah, just one thing. But how does the pawns on a4 and a7 change the result temperature?
it's not the a4 a7, I think it's because you lose the tempi like here with f6, because otherwise you don't have a
Okay,
waiting move.
okay, okay.
Like if you
Hmm.
go here back, then king c4, and maybe that is already bad for
Right,
you.
right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe. Um,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
very
it's very complicated. And
yeah,
do you think like analyzing such an endgame helps you in understanding endgames better,
yeah, for sure.
and it helps you in the games as well? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, guys. So you must analyze such endgames, although it's very complicated and could take several hours. Yeah, sometimes to find the right way.
yeah. Hmm.
There is one another thing which happened in the Rathanvel game, which was you had a you had the white pieces, and he made a very sort of, I don't know, this is an elementary mistake, could you say, castles.
It's not a very bad move, but like you can also play like this. But c5, queen a5 immediately is the more theoretical mainland, I believe.
Yeah, because now he's just a little one tempi away from attacking you. Like you are able to castle and he can't take the pawn because of rook c1 and rook c5.
Yeah, like there might still be lines with like queen a3, rook c5, queen a2, but for some reason this is supposed to be bad.
This is supposed to be good for white, I think, because you
Yeah,
get d5 and somehow it's all not
Like rook
so.
c7.
Yeah, rook c7.
Also, rook c7 might be possible. Maybe not
So
right here. Maybe
yeah,
after
maybe
d.
here d5, just stopping knight c6, perhaps.
Yes, yes. d5 seems like a very decent move. Also, there is like bishop c4, and you can keep the queen around for some
Right, right. You know,
time.
I when I was young, I read this book called Road to Chess Improvement by Yermolinsky. Have you heard about it?
I think I've heard about it, but I've not read it.
Yeah, in that he says that this move over here, castles, is a mistake. You have to begin with c5, because after castles, bishop e3, c5, bishop e2, white is in time to castle, and then like he gives this line knight c6, castles, take,
Yeah,
take,
this is a good example. Right.
bg4 and d5, and then you, even if you play like take, take, bishop f3, bishop f3, knight a5, bishop h6, and white gets more than enough like white is better.
Yeah, white just gets the exchange and also center. Right? You just take f8 and push e5.
Yeah, also sometimes like you don't even
Yes, bishop
take and you
e4, bishop
play
e4.
bishop g4.
You don't even take. You
Yeah,
don't
many
even take
times,
the rook.
like even you, if you don't take and you play bishop g4, it gives a very good advantage, because I guess rook
True.
e8 can be met with check, and later e5 is
Like
very
e5,
strong.
knight c4, black can maybe still defend. Yeah,
Yeah, knight c4, rook e1, perhaps something like that.
true, true. Yeah, it looks very bad.
It's a, like a long term issues.
And now again we just push the h1. That's like the final attack.
Yeah, and white, unfortunately, black can't do a thing. Yeah, even though he has two
Yeah.
rooks, they are all
See,
very
that is
passive.
like a nice tactic. For example, b5,
Yeah.
just just to show like queen d4, for example.
Hmm.
Queen b6, ef6 actually.
Ooh, ooh, yes, wow. Because if you take here, then this is a checkmate. Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, so this I think was a very clean game with Rathanvel against the Grunfeld. He once gave you an
Yeah,
advantage.
just to add one thing, like after castles, it's possible to play, like for example, castles bishop e3, c5, bishop e2. Like it's also not complete disaster. Like black can play b6, bishop
Mhm.
b7, e6.
True.
But
He can go for other lines, not this queen a5 line.
yeah,
He can go this, or I guess he could even go b6 here, right, and play some line
right.
like this, which is
Yeah, you can always do something like
passive but makes some sense of this castle move. But if you
yeah,
want to go c5 and queen a5, might as well do it before castling, because
before
then
before castle.
you have c5, bishop e3, queen a5, and now there is no time for bishop e2 and castle. So you have to waste a tempo with queen d2.
Yeah,
Okay, very cool. Moving on, then you went to the next match against Indian, and I want to sort of understand, because this game which you played, the first game and the third game, it showed that you had very little time. You lost the first game, and then you played the same opening again, which is you are white, and you played this H3 system against the Kings Indian. And I think Srinath also plays it. You have also played it before. It's very complicated. It's very interesting line. Take a4, h4, queen f5, and all of this repeated in the third game as well. Uh, but the first game you lost, and the third game you won. So how did you decide to sort of repeat this?
like I just thought my position from the opening was good. Like like the first game, I'm quite sure I didn't lose because of the opening.
Right.
So I thought I'll just repeat. So it's a bit of a risky choice because Indian is very good with initiative complex questions.
Hmm.
Still, I just thought I can do it.
You felt
Definitely
that
not at risk.
opening was not the reason for your downfall, yeah?
I thought so.
Correct. And I think you were right, because even the engines give you a very good edge here.
Yeah,
Um,
but sort of tough to trust engines here.
Yeah, I mean, practically also in a blitz game, it's very difficult. I don't know. The other thing which was very interesting is that a very similar position was reached in the third game. And here you went back knight c3. While we were, we in the comment, we were like, oh, Nihal, you should go knight a7, attack this
Oh,
rook and knight c6. But in the third game, you did find knight a7.
oh, this is actually very funny.
It was
I didn't
happening
know
in
about
both.
Night Ace until now. Second game, that third game, I actually found it very easy.
Yes, exactly.
This game
And
it never
that I thought you thought about this tactic after the game. You were like, oh no, no. Or maybe you saw it after the first game.
No, no, that is actually, yeah, I'm seeing it only now.
You're seeing it now. Okay. So, yeah, and tell us what happened in this game because you remember, I don't know if you checked the live commentary, but Anish Giri was like, I'm going to
Yeah,
bet on Nihal to win this. I said, no, 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 something I just made because he said he will bet on you. I said, no, this will not happen. And then somehow you played very uncharacteristically in the time pressure. You were, both, of course, he also made a lot of mistakes. You also made, but you
yeah.
you made a lot of mistakes here. How did that happen? Because here, knight g3, you pushed rook f8, and this rookie one, like just giving away. Was it what happened?
No, Rook E1 I calculated sort of like Queen E1, Queen F6 check had something in me. I don't know even what.
Ah, okay.
Queen F5 check. Maybe it was just stupid though.
Yeah,
It was, yeah?
yeah. It just I think it's winning for
Just as the rook for
yeah. This
nothing.
rook g6, queen h5, maybe king g7, knight f5, king f7.
Or King F6. Okay, yeah. I miscalculated something there. I didn't blunder the rook, but yeah.
Ah, okay. So
He
here
also believed me.
he believed you and he went back, and now you had like this
Yeah, knight
move.
h5. Knight h5. I should never miss this, but I did. So
Maybe it just happens. Yeah, it was not like nervousness or something.
I was also a bit nervous, and also the match was just starting, so I generally need some time to get warmed up. So, yeah,
Yeah.
but he played very well in this scramble.
Generally, when someone says he needs time to warm up, I have heard also people saying that when I go to tournaments, first few rounds I need time to warm up. That seems like a dangerous thing, right? Because sometimes the first game could be very very important.
Yeah, like especially in a small match like this, it's very like in a longer match, it doesn't matter much.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if it's best of four, best of six, like it's very dangerous for sure.
How do you tackle such a problem like which takes you a lot of time to warm up or some or maybe a couple of games to warm up?
Uh, no, fortunately, during this tournament, it didn't happen so much, so it was fine. I don't know what exactly I can do. Like maybe play some games right before the round, but also that can make you more tired. So
True, true.
it's hard to say actually.
It also has its downside. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. As it's downside.
correct. Okay, so this was game number one and also game number three. You won beautiful with some beautiful chess. Uh, I wanted to also check game number two because I believe this was a very, very nice game. You played with black, and it
Yeah, it
was
was very
the
nice to. Yeah, it was very nice to get this win immediately after this.
if I take bishop c3, take queen a5, takes. All this is theory. I think you knew it. Indian also knew it, but he was taking a lot of time in the opening. I mean, he had to recollect, I guess. And this, when he played here, I think you felt it. Yeah, it was wrong.
Yeah, knight b5 is not supposed to be the move, I think, but I didn't know why. But okay, rook d8 is such an obvious move. Like just stop queen d6, attack the queen.
Yes, this was obvious. So you just played it here. Queen
Yeah,
h5.
queen h5 and
You
also
had
knight
to
e5
now.
was sort of obvious I thought because you have to stop queen c5.
Yeah, it's a very important move to stop check. So you went knight e5. You went bishop e2. And now a bishop d7. Again, a very natural move developing.
It's all coming with tempo. So
Rook c8, f4. I think this was the key moment. Here you thought for 1 minute 25 seconds.
like I was quite angry with myself that I missed it,
You had missed e5. Yeah.
which is actually a very bad miss because pretty typical and yeah, I just shouldn't have missed this.
But even if you sort of had seen it, maybe you would not have gone for this line, yeah, because e5, then you have to see f e5, queen g5, king f8.
Yeah, like it's if I'd seen this, it's possible I would have played something like knight c6 earlier before rook c8, maybe, like,
Mm.
which was also decent, I think.
Then queen h6, and maybe he has some
Yeah,
better than the game. What happened?
true. Like definitely seems less dangerous than the game because rook f3 can be met with queen e5, so it's not a huge problem.
Yeah. I mean the thing is that unknowing, like, because you missed it, you went into the best line for black. But it's also very unsettling because now you have you have to find the only move, and in this 1 minute 25 seconds you actually figured out, yeah, like takes check, king f8.
Yeah, king f8.
You did repeat it once.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what he wanted. Like
Yeah,
if he was
and
also
it was smart because I think he took
he took a lot of time.
like here he took 46 seconds to give this check again or something like that.
Yeah, and I'd seen I'd seen that king 8 rook g3 f4 and I'm not getting it.
Uh,
So, like it was very scary, of course. I just seen that this queen can actually do a lot of things for me.
yeah, 12 seconds now for queen h6, king e8, and he went rook g3. But now you took. This was
Yeah,
the key thing to see that the king runs out from d6 after rook g8. In fact, there is no check after this at
yeah,
all because the queen is there.
right.
So it's very safe. But it was quite scary. What do you have to say about Anish saying that when Nihal has enough time, he thinks enough, he can find the most difficult of moves. He usually
Mm,
finds the only moves.
well, like I don't know. Mm, but okay, if I'm in good form, probably I can. Like all depends on the day and form.
Yeah, typical Nihal. Yeah, always so modest. But usually he has good days whenever he's playing. So it really is cool. This game, yeah, this is a very interesting game. First of all, you are now leading the match 2-1 against Indian. It's a 6 game match. So you play the French defense all of a sudden.
Yeah,
I mean, e4, e5 is your main thing, but you play French. Why?
yeah. I used to play a bit of French when I was around 10, 10, 11.
I remember one article we published on Chessbase India, which was your first tournament victory, uh, where you beat Linda Rangarajan in last round. Wasn't that French defense?
No, that was a King's Indian.
Ah, that was King's Indian. Yes,
Yeah.
you were black. Ah, so here you played the French. So that time you learned the French. Who taught you the French back then?
Oh, that was Comoros.
Ah, Dimitri Gomez.
Yeah,
By the
like
way, how did
he,
it feel seeing him in the commentary? Were you
yeah,
surprised?
yeah, was good. Felt very nice.
Very nice. Yeah. A3
And
takes.
yeah, he's a French player himself.
He plays a lot of French. Dmitry Komarov from
Yeah,
Ukraine. He
and
was one of Nihal's first trainers. Maybe afterwards, after Nirmal, he was the one who trained Nihal. A4.
and he taught me a lot of tricky sidelines. So, like within this, whenever there are actually a lot of tricky moves. So
From black side, yeah.
yeah,
Try.
This one I actually didn't really know how to play.
Knight b6, bishop d3, queen a5.
There, here was the CD for knight d4 mistake.
Yeah, this would have given you a clear edge because after take, check, bishop d2, you can win this.
Mm-hmm.
Queen a5, and here Indian went bishop d2. Did you think that queen d2 was more accurate?
Queen d2. I was a bit more worried about queen d2, but I thought worst case I have the endgame, which should be sort of defendable.
Like take,
Maybe
take.
not immediately. Like start with rooks here, maybe. And after bishop a3, then trade everything. Go knight a4, knight c4. Can't be too bad, I guess.
Yeah, maybe b6 and
Yeah, just b6.
c4.
Like
Correct.
sometimes it's nice if you can get like knight c4 check, bishop c4, even dc4, knight d5.
So if
And
let's say here, um, here, check, takes, then you can take with the pawn and you can put your knight on d5. Correct.
yeah,
Looks like a great position. So he went bishop d2, you went c4, and yeah, it was very complex game. Can you tell us like what are the general, like you had general plans in your head at this point that you have to break with f6 or g6 or something like that?
yeah, like I knew f6 is a typical motive, but by now I had sort of forgotten how to play French. So I had to like
You had to
figure
like
out quite a
figure
bit
out
of
on
stuff.
the board.
But okay, f6 is very thematic. I knew that idea. And basically you block this a pawn somehow or just ignore. Like white might come a5, a6, just don't take it and go b6. Like
Hmm.
I think that's pretty common.
Also here you went knight c8 instead of king a8. Like you wanted to stop bishop d6.
Yes.
So this take knight h4, rook g8, f4, knight d6. Very nice play actually here. I think one of your better games in this tournament. Yeah, like you played very well.
Till one point I would say. Right?
Okay, knight f5,
Like
take.
night if I already started spending too much time. Like I was looking at some trick again.
Which one?
So wasted too much time on this. Like I played knight f5 and I was calculating knight f5, knight f5, g4, which seems like a nice way for white to play. But I think Srinath saw something here, like queen f4, gf5, rook g3. I thought I don't know, but chess-based bar doesn't seem to like it. So it is this color function.
Which one?
Yeah, this chess-based color function doesn't seem to like it.
Ah, yeah. Bishop g4 is the move.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah,
Very difficult to spot such a move, yeah?
yeah.
Because
Bishop g4 is very tough.
the point is that if you take the queen is attacked, and if you take here, there is a check. I think it would have been very difficult to find it during the game. Bishop g4.
Yeah, like if you had done that, I would have definitely gone for this, and I would have 100% missed bishop g4.
Yeah, but he also has bishop g2 now.
No, bishop g2. I don't think that works as well. It's like queen h4, rook g8, or maybe on queen h4, rook g2.
Yeah, take, check,
At least three checks.
king f3. I mean,
Maybe the king runs there.
draw, yeah, at least you have.
Rook f2, queen f4, king e2, queen g4 maybe.
Yeah. And somehow it's a perpetual.
Yeah, like
Wow.
bishop g2, I thought I should have something. Bishop g4 is just an incredible.
Incredible move, yeah. I actually now realize that when Nihal is thinking hard, like he took 29 seconds here, he's actually thinking of something very deep here, which was to take and play g4. Although his opponent went bishop d6, takes, G3, rook
Yeah,
E8.
now I just had to play with 10 seconds again.
Yeah.
But this portion was fortunately not too hard to.
Yeah, you go F5 and knight E4. Yeah, that's the so that gives you a lot of stability. Take,
Yeah,
take.
like maybe it was a disaster objective. I didn't care that much by this one.
No, I mean it looks like white is recovering, but black is still doing fine. This was a
Yeah,
horrible
it
blunder, yeah,
landed
by.
upon. Yeah, the thing is, like, positionally, it could have been terrible, but there are a lot of tricks I thought. Like,
Uh,
sometimes bishop h5, rook f5, just pop out of nowhere.
exactly, and when the king is so weak, these tricks are always there in the air.
Also, a4 pawn hangs
A4,
very
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, he went and saved it actually.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes it can also. But okay, after white lost f4, there was just not much chance with less time.
True, true. And this there was this moment where uh,
Yeah,
Vidit said this is typical Nihal move, yeah, E3. What is the typical Nihal move? It has tricks involved in it, right?
I think so.
It has tricks that if you take here, this is a check and you lose the queen. And he
Yeah,
went
and
rook
even
E1.
objective this actually looks very strong
Yeah, it was
because
very good move. This check. Now you can't take rook takes because queen e3 comes with a check. So therefore he had to go king h2, check, queen h3 and queen e1 and he resigned. Very nice game. Very nice game. By the way, Suyash Saxena says, Nihal, what do you think? Sagar Bhai needs to become a GM now. Start preparing or wait for tournaments to begin.
anyway, tournaments have to begin.
Yeah, until then,
Yeah,
they still have time.
yeah,
And
sure. You just have to start playing.
yeah, I should play at some point,
Actually,
but
when was your last tournament?
2017.
Oh,
It's been
where?
very long. It's been very long. It's been like just watching what like that. Only 2 years have passed by. Of course, then this stuff came, COVID. But
Hmm.
2 years I didn't play.
Where was your last tournament?
It was Suwalki. I played this Anna Warakomska Memorial first
Oh,
edition.
Poland. In Poland.
Poland. Yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh. Nice.
It was okay. I was playing decent also Charleroi Open in that trip, and it was going well. But then I said, okay, it was becoming too much to do both. Like I
Yeah.
used to come back from the round and write reports and all that.
Should
So
be very tiring.
yeah, it was very tiring. By the way, guys, before I move ahead, I want all of you to do something here, and that is, I think Nihal has started getting active on YouTube, and he has his own channel. Nihal, what's the name of your channel?
Nihal Sarin. Just my name.
Yeah, I'm going to put this on. Let's make sure that today on this stream Nihal crosses 15,000 on his. So here is his channel. If you see here, this is Nihal's channel here. Mods, if you can just spam the link of his channel, it would be very nice. He has 14,900 subscribers. Nihal, what do you think about this streaming and all of it? Like, do you think it is fun? It is like a bit of tiring. It sort of hinders your preparation, or it supports you. What's your opinion about all of this?
It's definitely fun, I think. Like, also can depend on the person, but
But for you, not, I mean, as you as a person.
yeah, yeah. For me, I do like to stream, but I'm very lazy to get started. So, like I had tried streaming a bit, like uh, around 2 months ago, but then on my old laptop, I just like my mouse used to sort of lag.
Mm.
Like I couldn't play as fast as I normally do. So towards the end, it was getting very, very bad because like my speed was getting really hampered.
Mm.
Now I have a new laptop and
Which
just
is your
trying to
laptop now?
which it's Dell Alienware.
Dell Alienware. Okay, awesome.
It's pretty good.
And last time you had told us about the mouse as well. If someone wants to use a good mouse for playing, do you recommend a wireless mouse or one with a wire?
Uh, Again, it depends on your comfort really. Right now I have a wireless mouse.
What is it? Which one is it?
Logitech G304. Like I think Vidit and Srinath also have
Okay, Logitech
same.
G304 is what someone can use if they want to play for speed chess.
It's like a pretty not too expensive and good wireless mouse.
Cool. Look at this, Nihal. You reached 15K.
Thank you.
Okay, cool guys. I'll keep this on and I'll keep it on. If we can reach 15.2, that would be very nice. I'll keep it here somewhere.
That's it. I should really start streaming.
Huh?
I should really start streaming.
Yeah, it would be so nice. In fact, Nihal, I would also recommend once we can do something where you are playing in some tournament or something and I can commentate on your games.
Sure, sure. That
Yeah,
will be fun.
you can just switch off your things and you can just concentrate on playing and I can focus. It would help you to play better and I would enjoy your speed chess. Maybe some coming days we can do that.
Yeah, sure, sure.
There's one super chat that is by Venkatesh Pai who says, "For how much Nihal speaks, the mic is appropriately placed." Nihal OP, big fan.
Yeah,
Yeah, I told Nihal before the stream, like the mic looks very weird over there. Looks nice, although it's right there. And Nihal said, "Should I get it? But the sound is good, right? So why do we need the mic?" And I said, "Yeah, it makes sense. If the sound is good, why do you need it?" By the way, Subrajoy Datta says, how do you make sure internet is there during a competition? For example, during Olympiad, did you have backup internet? What is the rule for internet failure?
yeah, like that's the one harsh part of playing. Harsh part of online chess that if you disconnect, you just lose. What like nothing much to do about it. During the Olympiad, we all had backups. And we also got this Speedify app installed, which was very helpful and like Manu good to help us also.
Manu Gurtu
Yeah.
helped a lot with Speedify. It's basically there. If you have two internet connections in the
Yeah,
house,
you just connect it into you just sort of combine it into one. Like
right?
if one disconnects, like it immediately switches to the other one. So
Yeah, it's like this like two valves. If one closes, the other one starts to fall.
yeah,
Go.
that was
It's
really helpful.
very nice technology, and I think it gave the players an added confidence. This technology, playing the
True, true.
Olympiad.
Like it was quite scary at some point. Like we
Yeah,
lost this match. We drew this match against Mongolia and very sad.
absolutely. It
So,
was the I mean, from a viewer perspective, very dangerous. And also it was like after that there was a break and it makes it even more it's good that now you have time. But also like what will you do exactly in that period? And I think you guys figured out a nice
yeah, that
thing.
was a very good solution.
Vidit and Srinath and all came together and found something very good. Akshay Ashok says, "You are too good, man, legend. Best wishes. You and Vidit are two men who I'm really excited to watch and so humble. Amazing."
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Humility is actually something which I think chess players comes naturally because they are so used to sort of losing winning positions sometimes that they know that boasting doesn't really help. Yeah, like if you say, "Oh, I
Yeah,
have a great position," and then you blunder and lose, that sort of translates into real life. Although I know many chess players who are not humble, so that is not always common, but
hmm
at
yeah,
least
that makes sense.
I think Indian top players, Nihal, Vidit, Hari Krishna, Anand, all of them so down to earth. Prague, it's amazing.
Yeah,
By the way, Nihal, London system is something which you play very often, and in this game as well, you played this knight c3 line. Is this your go-to weapon when there is like you feel like, oh, I don't want to prepare much or I don't have any prep, just play something original?
Yeah, like London is one thing I can play without much preparation. It's also a very solid opening. So like at this point, I just let a draw to page the match. So just didn't feel like going for this King's Indian wilderness.
Right, right. I mean, Indian was playing all this dangerous stuff, and then
Yeah,
you said, okay, let's go this. And I think it worked out excellently because you managed to get a very sterile position. And then
it's
came,
very solid. So
yeah, then came this nice moment of Rook G5. I would like to ask the viewers in the chat, what's the move that Nihal played here very quickly? White to play. By the way, there's also one video we published here on Chessbase India, which was Harika finding the move. And then I asked Ilam Parthi whether he found the move or not. And he said, no, not as quickly as Harika. And Anish said, it's more important for youngsters to be at your age, to be honest than to be
yeah,
tactically alert. Do you
I know.
agree with it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
Do you think it's more important to be honest than tactically alert? Or you can say you can be both, yeah? Why should I be only one?
Yeah, that is true. Better to be both.
Better to be both. Very nice. Everyone in the chat has got it. Knight e4 was played by Nihal. Very strong move. Pinning this pawn. Pawn is pinned, so attacks the rook and also threatens a fork. Very nice game. And with this, he managed to beat Inyan. And then came the match against Abhimanyu. And I think here in this particular encounter, did Abhimanyu's opening choice, Nihal, with the Benko, like you started with d4, did this surprise you?
Yes, yes, yeah. This came as a surprise. I like his really main opening is Grunfeld.
Hmm.
I'd prepared this 5h4 line in Grunfeld, which happened in game 3.
Yes.
So
This
yeah,
we will come
Benko
to.
came as a
So
complete surprise.
Benko was a complete surprise. I think Abhimanyu prepared very seriously and smartly for this tournament
Mm-hmm.
with this
Yeah,
Benko. And how did you play f3?
like I had checked this long ago. Like, I had just made something brief here long ago, and it's a very tricky line and
Yeah,
like
take.
sort of easy to play. Like after f3, you can just bring e4. So
You can primo e4, yeah. That's true.
like,
Here, knight a3, d6, and you got a decent position, but the game was super complex. I
yeah,
mean,
like actually, like I would like to show one trick, which is like basically the only thing I remember from this f3 line.
hmm,
Like instead of queen b7, like yeah, uh, it's queen c7, a3 takes. Instead of queen b7, queen a7 is also possible. Like knight b5 was the threat here,
yeah, here the threat is knight b5. If you play
the
queen
winning was it.
b7, then you take, check, and you win the queen. Right.
Yes, so here queen a7 is also a decent move, I think.
Hmm.
Okay, white goes knight e2, like normal developing moves. Like nothing special. Like it's knight e2, g6, knight c3, bishop g7, which is actually a blunder.
Blunder, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, let me find. Guys,
that's one
it's
nice
your
strategy.
your oh, got it. Okay,
Very
white to
nice.
play. Beautiful. It's like
Yeah,
the same trick but with
yeah,
one
yeah,
knight less. Okay, white to play and find the win.
like
Meanwhile,
this is like the only thing I remember from
beautiful.
my
This
old
is so
analysis.
cool. And actually, it's very similar. Like players like Nihal and also top players, they remember one trick and then they can actually reconstruct their preparation with it. I remember Vishy Anand saying during his game with Levon Aronian, which is very famous in 2013, that he beat him with black. He only remembered that there's a knight which comes to d3. And based on that one fact, he could reconstruct everything, and this bishop c5 move, knight e5 move, everything he found on the board. So, like once you know this trick, Nihal, I think for you the opening prep of knight e2 to c3 and all of this becomes very quick to play.
Yeah, like I remember this one trick. So
Yeah,
then it actually becomes much easier to remember.
true. Oh, we have Ilam Parthi in the chat. Hello, Ilam Parthi. And the right move is knight c b5, queen b7, and Nihal, can you tell us the move?
Yeah, knight c7 check and queen c7 knight b5. Basically the same thing, just one knight less.
There was a knight on g1. It didn't matter. It went here, here, here.
Yeah,
Gave itself up, and then it took, and then this knight came in, and the thing is remains the same. Queen b7, you take here and check. Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks for sharing this. This is so cool.
yeah, this is very nice.
So queen b7, and
So
by
yeah,
the
basically this f3 banco is just a lot of tricks, I
yes,
think.
this is some, I think, very good way, guys, to learn any opening. And I think Nihal has been learning a lot of openings this way, that you learn certain tricks in it, and then you can remember it for a long time.
Yeah, this I just started the engine for some time in around 2016, 17, I think. That was really long ago.
Amazing. With this trick, Nihal, your subscribers have increased to 15,100. Guys, all those who haven't subscribed to Nihal's channel, please do so, because I think Nihal, if he starts streaming, he can show you so many more such tricks which will help you in your games. You know, it will be so useful for you guys. Um, Nihal, the game with Abhimanyu became very complex
Yeah,
overall.
he found the Z6, King J, King H7 very fast. That was very impressive.
Yeah, yeah. He played very well, and in fact, he put you under tremendous pressure here.
Yeah, no, I should have definitely taken the A6 knight. Based on like my bishop is getting so bad on B5.
Yeah, take, and at least here you are. But even here, I mean, he's better, but you can fight him.
Yeah, it's pretty unpleasant with the knight coming to D3.
True.
I just got outplayed this game for sure.
And somehow here you managed to trick him, although
Yeah,
yeah,
knight F6 was just game over.
at this point, yeah, when you played 92.
Here maybe I should have taken and gone bishop E6. Oh, I should have definitely taken and gone. But queen E5 check, queen F6 was.
Yeah, if you take bishop e6, so that if he takes, there is a check, and it's a big problem. There is
Yeah,
check first on e5, and then after king g1, I think now queen f6 and black is winning. So instead of
like
this, maybe
now
first
black will just play. Yeah,
here, this one.
yes, I. Okay, maybe I should have tried this, right?
Yeah, this could
Oh
have
yeah,
been stronger,
this
because
was
now
much
if
stronger. Actually.
check king g1, then now you can't even go here because
Yeah,
this is hanging.
is this actually a draw?
Yes,
Oh, nice. Yeah, I
bishop
missed it.
e6 was, I think, a draw here.
Yeah,
So knight e2 was a mistake because he could give a check and now play knight f6 and attack the queen and win the bishop, but oh, he missed it.
yeah. Like even if you don't take the bishop, I'm completely lost. Like,
Exactly. Exactly.
even positionally, it's such a disaster.
Yeah, but knight d3 and check, and somehow you managed to wriggle out of the mess. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
amazing.
like knight h1, rook f7 was the one. Instead of king g8, knight h1 means rook f7.
Yeah, here if knight check, knight h7, then rook f7, and in fact this might end badly for black now.
Actually, black loses. Yeah.
Yeah, this is losing now with this coming up. Too good. Okay, moving on to the next game. there is one moment which I want to ask you. Here, uh, this move knight to c, like you are playing with black,
Mm-hmm.
Abhimanyu is white, and goes with normally. Here, I mean, my initial thing would be okay, I'll go bishop e7, bishop d6, and castle, either of the two moves. But you found this move. I mean, how did you find this? And that too, you took just 5 seconds.
Yeah, I think I can explain this one. I think. Like,
Cool.
mm, so knight c5. So basically, if you think about it, this is like a London move. So
Yeah, this is London with
yeah,
just opposite color because e3, this is like e3, d4, c3, and just c6, d5, e6. Yeah.
yes, and in London, like like the proper London, there is a trap in a line again. Like there is this line d4 knight f6 bishop f4. I can just show it very quickly.
Yeah, please do. Actually,
Like, d4 knight
Nihal,
f
you should show all the traps that you know. I mean, if it fits, I mean, there's no worry. Yeah, knight, bishop
yeah,
f4.
so e6 knight f3 all normal, b6 e3 knight b e3 bishop b7 knight b d2. And here I think black is supposed to start with bishop e7. It's more accurate. Like and it's normal. So here c5 there is here knight c4 is pretty strong.
Ah,
The
wow.
idea is you are coming to d6 and for example you try to stop with d5. Like I think it's already quite bad. Like black has to play cd4. I think. Then I don't know how exactly it continues. But,
Yeah,
mm,
cd4, ed4.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mainly the trap is like after d5 knight c4 black is almost lost by force, which is very surprising.
This is lost.
Almost lost by force I think. Like so
Is it
bishop
because
b5
of concrete reason of bishop d5 check, or is it because just positionally is gone?
there is a concrete reason. For
Ah,
example,
bishop.
like bishop b5 check is a very strong thing. So you play a6, normal and knight g5 reason. So it's like actually
Wow,
very scary.
amazing.
And also like knight of d7 could have been a very old game of mine against Simon Williams.
This is your
I
game?
think it was like this. I think it was like this.
Okay.
So here I thought I can play this. I was black here, and he just took knight f7.
Oh, he took
I'm
here.
remembering, yeah, if I'm remembering correctly. So king f7, knight g5 check,
Hmm.
king e7. I thought I can defend one. Queen g4 and it's really bad.
Ooh, forced.
So
Oops, sorry. E6 is angry. Amazing.
and I think I just had to resign. Sort of. I can still fight on with king e8, but it's really bad. Knight e6, knight c7.
Tremendous, tremendous. Yeah, so very nice. So you use this knight c4 idea with white in the London to use it with black here, and after d4, knight c4, although it's not because after castle there are no bishop b4 and all
Right.
these tricks, but
Yeah.
you at least equalize very comfortably with black.
Yeah, I was quite happy with my position.
Yeah, if someone
So
asks like, how did you get this position? They would be like, okay, this knight went here and the other
yeah,
knight
yeah.
came here, but actually you
Right, right.
went the other route.
Knight c5 is more rare. That's true.
True. And there was this one moment, Nihal, where you took here with the pawn. How did you decide to take with the pawn? Because this looks also very natural.
True. Like knight e4 is more solid and d4 is just more ambitious. I'd say. Like you're clearly signaling kingside attack.
Kingside attack, yeah.
Like plan is very simple. You just kick the knight out of e5 and use the two bishops against the king. So you're trying to say that the bishop on b2 is misplaced. Like it can get really bad
This is
sometimes.
the problem piece, yeah, for him. Bishop on b2.
Yeah.
So
So
if
I
you
was
can
just
get
trying to.
knight d7 takes, and then later swing your queen over, it can become dangerous.
Yeah, I think that something similar happened in the game.
It happened. It happened, and in fact, you went on to win a very nice game, although there were ups and
Also,
downs.
very floppy.
Yeah, I mean you were better. Then Abhimanyu got his chance, and but it was
Yeah,
a great,
he had so again.
great point.
Yeah,
Next game where you played, I have one more very interesting moment here. You were playing with white, and it was yeah, h4 line in the Grunfeld, which you had prepared for MVL. This
yeah,
preparation, now you could use it. I think you got a great position here,
yeah, yes.
and I was
Yeah.
very surprised when after this you played the move bishop b5. I mean, explain why. I mean, why bishop b5 and why not knight b5 here? You could have just gone this move, right?
Yeah, that's pretty hard to explain actually. Because now that I look at it, it's so much better.
Yeah, it's just like
Like,
you are coming in with the knight here, bishop is looking. So if he
like,
gives up, you have the bishop pair with c8
mm-hmm,
controlled.
that is true. The queen d7, I think I was worried about. Now that I just look at it, there is no reason. The rook c2, rook c1 seems special.
Exactly, rook c2 and then
I didn't
just
see rook c2 then. I think that could be the explanation.
okay.
But yeah, I should have definitely gone for this.
Yeah, yeah. You went bishop b5 and then Abhimanyu started to defend very well. Here he started pushing you back, and you still were better throughout the
Yeah,
game.
yes.
And then this crazy position happened, bishop g5. I mean, these are the kind of positions that Abhimanyu was creating. Yeah, like he's able to create these messy situations where you may be winning, but you have to find the only tough path to
Yeah,
victory.
like he was very resilient throughout the match. So here bishop g3 drew, right? As
Yeah,
you
bishop
pointed
takes
out.
g3 is draw. Take queen f3. But
Yeah, I think the hard point to see is bishop f8. You don't take any of the pawns. You just. I think if the white king reaches e1, you win.
you mean here?
Yeah, like white's king should not reach e1. So
Ah,
I
so
think
you mean here, here,
yeah, like
here, this, then
here
the
white
king
can
starts
easily run. Yeah,
running away.
like I think it will hide on a2, like very easily. Like even like imagine there is a queen a4 check, which is probably never coming. There is also bishop a3. Then bishop is still alive. So
True.
like,
So here, the important idea was to give check from here, which is very difficult to see. Check.
hmm. And king f4. This is like one of these engine purposes. Queen g4, king e5, queen g3, king f6, queen h4.
Yeah. Draw. Draw
It's
here.
extremely hard to see, I think.
This is
Like,
something that you do in training, maybe when you solve positions or something,
yeah,
you have to
like
find.
even in classical, this is not so easy to see.
Correct.
Um,
Absolutely.
So bishop g5, bishop f8. Now it was just me messing up very bad. This
Yeah,
game
bishop
was
g5.
putting me on a slight tilt. Not too much, but
Check. I think you are able to come out of tilts in general.
somehow
I
it
have
is.
never seen you tilting in a way where you lost like 5, 6 games in a row.
Okay, here you just couldn't afford it.
Not here, but even when you
Yeah.
played this speed chess or anything of that sort, I don't think you lose so
Hmm.
many.
Yeah. Like two losses in a row is very dangerous in general. Like, then
Correct.
you lose in a streak.
Yeah.
So here h4, I definitely had to go queen e5.
Ah, queen e5. Yeah. This is what Surya had mentioned here. Queen
Oh,
e5.
shows red.
Take, take,
No.
take, and f4. This is how you maybe get a better. But there was a winning move here. Yeah. Like rook h8.
Okay, I see, I see. Rook h8.
And the point is, I think this is a very difficult point, which is queen f8, king f6. I don't know why, but this move here, rook h7, is very difficult sometimes and you miss it, I think.
Right, right. Yeah. Like I just wanted to immediately clarify the situation on this side with this h4.
Yeah.
And so playing king g2, my point was now I'm calmly threatening queen e5 and h g3, queen g3, it's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just completely missed h3. So I saw it only
H3
after
was
3.
brilliant, yeah, like takes, and
Yeah.
now your king is too weak. So
And now I had to force that one.
you had to force a drop. Beautiful game here. Also, the thing is you can't take here because he takes here and
Yeah.
he's winning. So check, and you repeated, and then in the end a draw was agreed. Great battle here, and then came this moment of, I think, maybe the biggest blunder of your tournament,
Yeah, definitely. That was.
getting checkmated in one move, where in this position, you, I mean, it was like this. Bishop f2 was played
Yeah,
by
I was just
Abhimanyu.
defending and getting a very good position. Then, right when I started to take over, I
You just blundered, mate in one. Yeah. By the way, Nihal, I mean, for me, this very position, like here, I don't understand this move bishop takes f3. Why to give up this bishop immediately? Like you can even play something like rook a e8 here.
could have been better. That is true. I don't know why. Just yeah, I actually don't know why I gave the bishop. But I've seen some positions with bishop f3 knight e6.
Yeah, and, Srinath told us that he had maybe uh, seen, or you have seen something where you played this, and although the computer plays slightly better, it is actually very difficult, yeah, to play with
Mm-hmm.
white.
Yeah,
But Abhimanyu
after
played
starting to think
brilliantly in this game. I mean, some of his maneuvers were beautiful, like bishop here and
yeah,
bishop here.
that is true. That is
Very nice. Okay. So this was a loss, and then the scores were tied, and then we went to this moment where,
this much like every game had a blunder for one side,
sort of, yeah, I think so. Except the
almost.
last one, actually.
Maybe except the last one. Yeah.
Here, you were playing with white, and Abhimanyu played the Benko once again. And this
Yeah, like
time,
I actually wanted to avoid the Banco with this two knight f3 mode, but he got it anyways.
he went g6, and now after
C4
c4,
even c5.
yeah, and then this. Oh, okay, everything was going normally.
But
Here,
I was getting outplayed at the start. But
I
then,
agree. I
yeah,
agree. It was he black has very nice play in the Benko. Like he has,
yeah,
but now you started to push. Yeah, like
around
here.
this point, I was the one outplaying, I
Yeah.
think. And yeah, knight e4, rook f8, which after knight e4, I thought I'm finally getting a win again.
Did you get
Didn't
like
expect.
confused here? Like should you take, because even here knight e4 is like a path of no return because your d5 pawn starts to hang, even though he has
Correct.
to defend. So here, did
Yeah.
you think of like I can go just g4 and start to press him?
Uh, okay, this is very bad position for black. Right?
Mm.
No, like my point was rook e8, knight e4. I just thought it wins. I didn't see rook f8 at all.
Ah, you didn't see. Ah, I think his defense was good. Rook f8
Yeah, and I
and
just
then
started
turn.
panicking for not much reason. So here maybe again I could have just taken d5 and played a slightly better endgame, which I
Right.
did not.
By the way, while we are discussing, Ashwin Prabhu in the chat says, Chessbase India, I want to be like Nihal Sarin. What should I do? Please tell me, Nihal.
Uh, that's really tough. I mean, just do what works for you. That's what I can say.
Just do what works for you. In fact, Nihal, I was reading today a book. It's called by Bruce Lee. I don't know if it's here. It's called Flow Like Water. And Bruce Lee says, I'm going to teach you all my learnings. But after you learn everything, your aim should be to become the best version of yourself and not become like me.
Yeah, okay.
So I guess that could be your advice to Ashwin.
Yeah.
Become the best version of yourself. By the way, Nihal, Srinath in the chat, and Srinath says G6, C4, C5, G3 avoids the Benko.
Okay, nice. Yeah, maybe I should have done this. True.
Uh, Srinath gives a better answer. He says generally the shortcut to be like Nihal is to drink Akshay Kalpa milk. Okay, okay, cool. Nice plugin. Take here, check, and unbelievable moment here,
Yeah,
which was, uh, I think the point is that you are so focused on winning this
exactly.
knight on
Right.
b6 that you forgot that actually the knight could go the other way and mate.
Yeah, this was like exactly the point. I just missed, like, I just saw one side of the board by then.
Take c3, and yeah,
Uh,
now it was a draw. So this,
like, even I had to struggle a bit for the double.
yeah, but you
Not
managed
much.
it quite easily.
Actually, I could have defended the pawn. Like, rook b3, I could have just played like rook e3, maybe, which I'm seeing only now.
Rook e3, yeah.
Didn't even have to give up the pawn itself. And bring the king, king g7, king g3.
Ah, sorry, king g3. But g5,
King
king
f3,
f3.
5 king e2. Now you actually threaten rook b3.
Yeah, and now I have to give a
So,
check, and perhaps it doesn't.
yeah, should be a draw.
Should be a draw. Yeah, this was easier than playing. What you did in the game was you went like rook c7 and then he took the pawn. But okay, you, because the king was cut off, it was not so difficult.
Mm-hmm. And like I get my passport just in time.
Yeah, you were just in time here. And this was the last game, and this one was really cool. In fact, in this game, what I really, at the moment which I felt was very instructive for me, was at this point where bishop d7, rook e7, rook e1, and yeah, this move here. Yeah, like Nihal, how do you come up with g6? Because I mean, it's difficult to understand. How did you decide g6?
Oh, like just like that actually, like just improving the general placement of pieces. King seems very nice on g7. Just like that, like g6, king g7, more space. You just cut the bishop off a bit. And also, you're clearing your back rank issues.
But also it weakens the knight's position. No, f file is open, so
Yeah, but I thought knight could move easily after. Like I could just play bishop e6 or bishop c6, and I could move the knight. I thought. Although I missed g6, immediate rook f1.
yeah, this move was actually very dangerous. Yeah, like you had to go rook e6 now because if you go
Yeah.
king g7, then this was the point. Yeah, like he takes
Hmm.
and check, and then you
This
win
could
straight.
have been very dangerous. True.
Absolutely.
Like I missed the immediate tactic, but yeah, g6. The point was just general position improvement.
This
Just need to make
general
some move.
this
Yeah.
general positional improvement is very important and very difficult to do. In fact, many people would have gone here, let's say bishop c6 or bishop a6 or a6, so many other options.
Yeah, just this was those are also not bad moves. So I just decided to play something that looked the most flexible.
Hmm.
Flexible. So, a king just seems nicer on g7. So I don't know why. Just like that.
Correct, correct. I agree. It's the feel. It's the feel which you have developed by playing. It cannot be sort of expressed in variations, but it comes out. Rook
Yeah.
c1 and uh, yeah, I think it was all going equalish, or maybe even white was perhaps slightly better here.
Possibly.
But then, uh,
Here I thought you would have gone knight f4, like instead of rook f6. I was more worried about.
yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't be worried though. Like knight e4 check is also there.
But what
Also rook
else?
e3 is there.
Rook e3.
So like
But
bishop
now
g6
bishop
rook on the piece.
g6.
Rook e7. But bishop c2 it could actually get dangerous. Like knight
Yeah,
h5 is a mate.
It's a big threat with the rook coming in and stuff like that. I think it
Actually,
looks
this could
very
have been very dangerous.
true.
Hmm.
6. And here I think the match could have gone into Armageddon, but
Yeah,
it turns out that that's the nature of blitz, by the way. It's just like it could just when everything looks normal, all of a sudden this idea rook d6 was very cool. Yeah, like you found this move with in 4 seconds. Not at all easy.
yeah, I was sort of forced into this move. Like, otherwise, I just had no option.
Yeah.
And when you see this, when you see a move, you can suddenly understand why it's good.
But many times you would also see rook d8 and you're like, okay, this saves and you play it, missing rook d6. So in 4 seconds to see rook d6 itself is not easy.
Yeah, like there is this general rule in rook and games. Like you just try to put the rook behind the pawn.
So if this pawn is going down, it would be much better if the rook comes from behind than
Yeah,
from the front.
exactly.
Very nice.
So, so then it was not so hard to find rook d6. Like even the white's pass pawn is much more advanced now. I think black is completely winning.
True.
The g pawn is actually much harder to solve, and white's rook is just very passive on b.
Yeah, this is brilliant. I mean, all your pieces suddenly coordinated beautifully, and his pieces just
Yeah, like
became totally discoordinated. It's like magic.
yeah, like almost like it's like every piece played a part. Like every pawn also. Like even the g6 pawn stopped rook g8 check.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what happens in the studies.
Yeah,
Beautiful. And with that win, Nihal went through to the finals against Arjun, and it was amazing. And meanwhile, this was a great match. Uh, Another 100 people have subscribed to Nihal's channel, 15,200. Guys, make sure all the people here who are watching this and haven't subscribed to Nihal's channel, we have put this small bar below Nihal that shows his channel's name and his subscribers. Let's push it more so that more of you can learn from Nihal, and he would be streaming regularly. And mods, if you can spam in the link, that would be very cool.
thank you.
Nihal, do these number of people who subscribe and this, do you keep a note of it, or you're like, okay, it doesn't, I don't check much.
Not exactly like I've not started streaming much yet. I should just start doing at some point. Like I'm interested, but just
Lazy.
not just yeah, just lazy to get the start and also a bit busy. Yeah,
Sorry, bit
also a bit busy
busy.
sometimes.
Yeah. Also, it's when you're not used to it, to set up the screen and to make sure the stream key is in there and to set up the
Yeah,
thumbnail and then put the description and all of that takes time. Yeah, so it's some effort.
true, true.
It's not like it's all this warm up before the main game. So
Yeah.
but I think once you get used to it, it can also happen very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so you now were playing against Arjun, and this was the finals. And Arjun is a very good friend of yours, yes. And
Yes.
as we saw, you played so many games. How does that translate when playing in a tournament match? Because it seem like, okay, I know him well, so it feels comfortable, or it's like, oh my, I'm playing my friend again. Why should I play him? Something
Yeah,
like that.
it's more like the second. Not so. Doesn't feel so nice to play against a very good friend, but it's how to do it. Have to do it.
Yeah, well, sometimes you have to fight, and you have no way out of it.
Yeah, like this was quite. This match was like quite a bit unfortunate for him as well.
I
He was
agree.
getting many good positions, and the score is completely misleading.
Four and a half, 1.5 was the score, but I think Arjun had 2 games where he was totally better and could have
Yeah,
won. But yeah, this very interesting was the first game where it was a draw, but we went into this end game, which is sort of equalish. And all of a sudden, Nihal, you played this move bishop f3. Like, were you and okay, playing bishop f3 is fine, but after playing this, how did you miss that this is a hanging, b2?
Yeah, I have an explanation.
Cool, cool.
So like ever since this rook trade happened, when was that?
Yeah, here.
Yeah, like or okay, ever since I played knight e5, I was always watching out for bishop e5.
Hmm.
Like it was never working on all those moves. Like rook d1, bishop d1. This was the first point. Like bishop e5, rook c8, and bishop b2. There is rook c7 check.
Correct.
So
And you
all
did
the
this.
previous moves I had been considering this. Sort of funny. Like and also b5 again bishop after bishop f3 also I considered bishop e5, which again runs into rook c8 and
If he
white
takes
just gets
here,
two
then
rook.
you get
Yeah,
bishop pair, which is good for you. And if he takes here, then you have anyway bishop takes b7.
right, right.
So this was all. But then all of a sudden he takes
Yeah,
and
no. So here he was taking quite a bit of time to make his move after bishop f3. So I just pre-moved gf3 and I was just sitting there, like, just
oh
waiting for
yes,
his
you,
move.
you played pre-move.
Yeah, like I was just calming down a bit. I was just trying to calm down a bit, and I was just sitting back, and like suddenly I saw what did I pre-move, and I was just going to take it back, but unfortunately his move came just in time.
How to take back pre-move by right click, yeah?
Yeah, just right click. So yeah,
This is
that's
one
what
of
happened.
oh nice. Yeah, I saw there's a zero next to the GF3 move, which is the 0 seconds which you took for that move.
Yeah, I couldn't take the pre-move back on.
Ah, and now it was very sort of lucky that you were able to hold this because
True,
I think
true.
Arjun could have fought on and tried, but he
He
did
tried
not.
quite a lot actually, but
Yeah, he tried a lot.
still, yeah, it was not so easy to get much.
But do you think this is winning for Black?
I don't think it's winning objectively though. Practically, he could have fought on, but it was not easy as well, I have to say.
Right.
Like especially the one thing in my defense is the H pawn is wrong, which
This
can have
pawn, when
problems.
it
Yeah,
goes here, this bishop does not control the queening square, so it's a wrong color rook pawn and could be very useful because at some point the rook can sacrifice itself for a knight and one pawn or something, and then
yeah, yeah.
could be a draw. Correct. Very
I think
nice.
in general in such endgames, it's very helpful to notice these things, like just in case, have an idea.
Correct. Moving to the second game of the finals, you were playing this time with black, and it was an anti Berlin, and it looked like a roundabout evenish position.
Yeah.
And here, when he played d5, how did you decide that here, you can take, and then play bishop d7? But you went directly bishop d7. What was the reason for that?
Like I just had to make a choice, and Bishop D7 seemed a bit better to me because like CD5, I thought White could also take ED5 and get some queenside majority or something like that. Although I think like Anish was suggesting CD5, Knight B2, Knight C4, which could be even better.
Yes.
But also like my counterplay might come in time. Like Bishop D7, Knight D2, Knight F4. You know, like Queen G6 is coming really fast.
And now you can
Actually,
even
Bishop
take.
H3 might be possible.
Yeah. In fact, white has to be careful and play a move like rook e3 perhaps.
After rook e3, probably I'm worse. Although bishop b5 is still there, but knight c4.
Yeah, take, and white will get in c5 eventually and would be
Hmm.
better.
Yeah, basically, I just wanted to limit white's options a bit. So,
Hmm.
that's why I went bishop d7 directly.
Bishop d7 here, and I one another moment here which was very very beautiful. was this move queen g6. You were looking at the move d5 as well, right? Not just here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, d5 was actually the main thing.
Is the main threat here. And
Also
some
threatening f5, so
also threat. Ah, yes, f5 is also a threat. So he thought, okay, let's stop f5 threat by moving the king away from this, so that now gf5 comes, but he missed d5.
yeah. I played hg first, right?
Yeah, you
I think.
first took, yeah, so that,
I don't know whether that was correct, but like just wanted to prevent d5, gh5.
yeah, but maybe d5, gh5, queen h5, cd5, bishop h3 could be
Maybe.
also complicated. Like
Yeah,
here,
just wanted to clarify things first.
this may also be playable, but take d5, and then okay, you are better, but
d4 was maybe not good, but yeah, like now he defended very well.
he defended very well, and in fact you reached a lost position, which was
Yeah.
kind of here you are pressing, and the very nice point here was that after knight g6, knight h5 check here to play first d3,
King d3?
queen h3.
Oh, queen h3.
And the thing is, like in the game, when you played this, you inverted the move order. You played queen h3. His queen was defended, so he could take,
Hmm.
and then it was
Yeah.
easier. But there's this idea with d3, king d3, queen h3, rook g1, and bishop takes g4.
Bishop takes g4. Okay, nice.
And then after queen h3, I think bishop h3, and black is better.
Thought there should be more than this. Okay, yeah, this might be really good.
Yeah, well, but in the end, it ended in a way where you got nothing. In fact, you got a lost position
Last
here.
question. Like I started to over push. Here I definitely had to go queen c1.
Yeah, and this is still, I think, better for you because his king is very weak. But
Possible, but queen e2 white is already getting out. But yeah, queen h6. I just didn't see queen h1. I mean, I didn't. I just didn't see I had queen c1
and then you just
and
got,
now I'm clearly worse.
yeah, it led to, and here I thought Arjun uh, didn't play so well and convert this because he was better. Yeah.
Yeah, like he had to go some e5, e5, g5 at some point. I think. Don't trade 2 pawns. Some something along this line would have been dangerous, more dangerous.
True.
But yeah, I think in the end, draw is a pretty fair result as we both played so badly in winning positions. Like not exactly played bad, like we both defended pretty well, I think.
Yeah, but both of you missed chance, so it was a fair,
Yeah,
sort of a fair result.
yeah.
And now you were. This is the point where this game is unbelievable. Like for me, this game, I just don't understand how you managed to win it with white, because it's like you played the French in one of your games against Indian, you won with black. Now you play this with white, and okay, so it's a normal position. I don't know how to assess this because rookie one, he goes long castle. It's such a crazy position. In fact, even in the commentary, no one was very sure who is better.
Yeah, I was also not sure. Like, I clearly lack experience here, and my main move is also not morning sure.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So, but you played this so well without experience. Like you don't have experience in this sort of structures
yeah, I have some experience. I've played quite a few games in Sargent and stuff,
with
but
Arjun
I don't
himself.
think in this exact push. So
But what are you aiming for here as white?
maybe a nice endgame, like put a knight on d4. Okay, dream is to put a knight on d4 and play f5, like knight e2, knight d4, trade one pair of knights, go f5 and
Okay.
just blast the king side. So that would be the dream, but black always has his counter play, like Arjun played.
Arjun went like d4, which was a cool move, a3,
Yeah, d4 was very strong.
and g5 looks really strong because uh, to g5. he's sort of breaking your e5 pawn, opening up lines against your king. But it turns out it's not the best move.
Hmm. Yeah. Like G5, I thought practically it is very strong.
Yes, yes. We also felt the same. Takes, gf, knight f4. And here, did you feel you are better?
No, no. Like especially after he played knight e7, I thought I should be worse.
You felt you should be worse.
A bit worse at least.
It's very
Maybe I
surprising that
was
I
worse.
also felt the same. And also, but the computer says it's plus minus 1 point something, this
Wow.
position.
Okay. That's definitely not what I expected.
Yeah,
Like it looks very dangerous, I think. Like knight f1, knight e3, rook g8, this bishop is really strong.
yeah, exactly. I mean, why would it say white is better here? Because everything looks so cool for black. Bishop is here, rook is coming here, king can also go and hide, king is also not weak. So,
Yeah, like I can sort of understand why. Like long term, if white gets some moves to consolidate, like knight h4, h3, king h2, then if black's attack is gone for a while, then white can also like move this f4 knight and put pressure on f7. Rook c on rook c5 was always an option.
yes, this is one thing which I thought was very strong, like putting the rook here and also
Yeah,
this
like
entire
really dominates
idea.
the queen.
Sorry?
Really dominates the queen. It really dominates the queen on c4.
Absolutely.
The rook on c4.
And also, I really like this idea with what you said. Yeah, h3, knight h4, king h2. Beautiful. You played it in the game, and it shows your sort of understanding of the game. Like you came out here. Okay, I'm not sure if it leads to the best position, but
Hmm. Yeah, so I thought he wanted knight f5. So I was just trying to fight against knight f5.
yeah, maybe this was the best way for him to play, weaken the e5 pawn further. But it's so
Hmm.
difficult to give up your bishop, which is so
Right,
good.
right, right. Yeah, I was also not expecting him to give the bishop.
So rook g8, and now you were okay to repeat, yeah, if he would have come.
Yeah, I didn't really think I was better. But
Yeah,
like
now
knight e5 was some sort of a lucky blunder. Like it was not a blunder.
which one?
When I played knight e2, I initially missed knight f4. Like
Knight
knight
e2
e2 takes knight f5. I had initially missed.
here, here. Ah, knight f5, yeah.
Like I had initially missed this, and
But g4 came as a nice move, yeah, for him.
yeah, g4 was like as weakening as it seems. It's very strong. After thinking for some time, I started to realize that like despite the looks, my position was actually very good.
The main reason is that the queen can never come on this diagonal. Like even if he
Exactly.
goes here and here, your rook comes in and stops queen d5.
And also my queen on f4 stops the
Exactly.
queen moves.
And any endgame is very pleasant for you. So
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, this is all very difficult to see even in a
So
normal game. But
I think
you
rook c7 was one. Yeah. Like I think rook c7 was one last nice point. Like, this I
absolutely.
had to sort of foresee. I thought.
Because
Like
if you
here,
don't do this, you are actually not winning here. Yeah.
yeah, like rook g4 is a strong point.
Rook g4, queen g4, and queen f2. Yeah.
So could be my only move actually.
If you
I
go
wonder.
knight g3, there is rook h6. Yeah. This becomes
Yeah. But yeah, rook c7 was just
beautiful. Beautiful.
rook c7 one because like rook g4 I gave rook b7 check first. Or queen f3 wins. That's one.
Yeah, but even this, because check, you have counter check and you win.
Yeah, the bishop is gone. So.
Super cool. Super cool. This was really one of the amazing games of the match. And then we went to the fourth game here. You were already leading with a score with a very hefty margin now, two and half. Uh,
No, no. Ah, no, I was leading by 1 point, right?
uh, yeah, it was first game ended. No, there were two draws and yeah, 2-1.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2-1. And then we went here, and you were playing with the black pieces this time, and we played this sort of Catalan line with black. C6, E4, A5, and everything looked
It's
normal.
possible that I should have gone E5 at some point, like I'm sure, but yeah, like E4, E5 is right?
Yeah, E5.
Which was probably much better.
Did you check all the commentary again, like all the games there, what they said?
A bit, yeah.
It helps, yeah,
Yeah.
like to
Yes,
to
yes, for
to the
sure.
suggestions and all. Maybe it just gives you new ideas.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Amazing. But I think you actually listen to it for jokes. Just a random guy, array, just a random guy sends very dangerous super chats, but I have to read it. Nihal plays so well, he's lot like my ex GF in this aspect. They played with my heart. Okay, so A5, rook D1, knight D5. Did you think bishop D5 was a good move for him?
I thought so. I thought Bishop D5 was a bit annoying.
Yeah, because
Like,
CD, then knight B5, yeah?
I would still probably have done something like this and just played Rook C8, Rook C6, double, and hope it's alright.
Yeah.
Also, ED5 was maybe not so bad, but it's definitely scarier.
Yeah, ED5, then he gets a chance to start pushing his
Yeah, like
pawns.
F4, F5, yeah, it's
Okay, CD, rook C2, here it happened. And now this moment, Nihal H4. Why didn't you play this move C5 here? Because it looks so natural. You went for the move rook C8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, C5, I was actually, again, I don't really know why I did this.
Hmm.
During the game, I saw something which I was not a huge fan of. Like, maybe C5, Queen B5.
Yeah.
Thought this was interesting.
Take, and C4, yeah. Maybe leads to
Mhm.
sort of. Were you already thinking you are better here and trying for a more than just a draw?
Yeah, I thought it was a bit better here because, like before, because this D4 E5 seems weaker than E6 D5.
Right.
Like his base is weaker.
This is these pawns on E6 and D5 much stronger than D4, E5. So
And I also have the right bishop to attack it. So, in that sense, I thought it was a bit better, but yeah, Rook C8 was sort of supporting C5 and also threatening Queen B2.
yeah,
His Bishop D1 was very smart by him. It took
Bishop
a long
D1
time
was
to
a
support
very
him.
cool move because he's threatening here. And Queen B2 was a very brave choice by you because once he gets this bishop here, you are in trouble because if you go G6, he has H5.
Yeah, yeah. Like I actually took a long time to realize why he went Bishop D1. I took a long time to see Bishop C2 was coming. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
like I just didn't expect an attack to come out of nowhere. It was a very strong attack.
Yeah. Would you have taken a draw after Rook B1 here? Oh, I know.
Probably I would have. Also Queen C4
Queen
is,
C4 is there. Yeah.
but like
Oh,
takes and
sorry.
Rook C1.
Not
I would
this.
have probably taken the draw. I was fine with it.
Yeah, you are 1 point ahead, and so. But after Rook C3, Queen A1, this is one moment which I kind of really was confused. Why H5?
Like
Like C5 perhaps?
C5 was probably much stronger. Yes. True. Like
Because I think he didn't have time for H5 here because of C4.
I think that's what I missed.
This
It should be like
C4.
after Bishop C2, I was feeling very scared that I always thought G6 H5 is crushing, so I just need to
Hmm.
think a bit more to it.
So then you went sort of H5 to stop it,
Yeah, H5
which
was sort of
we found it very interesting. Like it is also a very powerful move in some ways,
yeah, like
because
the point is Bishop C2 G6. Now he doesn't have it.
true, exactly. Now H5 is not possible, and your king is very safe.
Yeah, like Arjun was saying later, like he was considering some G4 around here, which could also have been dangerous.
It would have been crazy, yeah, like to defend
Yeah,
this king, maybe king h g7 take.
yeah, at G6, and all of a sudden try to attack with black.
Now you go like threatening mate
Yeah,
here.
rook d1, queen c3.
True, true. Oh, it was dangerous. Yeah. Yeah, and then you managed to win this game. Somehow it was very crazy. He took Queen E1 and C5.
Yeah, eventually those pawns.
They fell, and then you managed to win, convert this end game. I think points lead really gave you a good frame of mind while playing this game.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, he was already on some tilt, I think.
Yeah. And then this longest game, I think, of the tournament, or maybe at least of your entire tournament, was this one, where you were playing with white, and
Yeah, this is like the one game where I think I completely outplayed him at the
beauty.
start.
Yeah, one thing which I wanted to ask is why not play d4? Like you just avoid playing d4 and then knight e2, or what
Yeah, there
is.
is an idea where white can actually come like knight e d4 and threaten both knight f and knight c6. Like d4 square can be used by the knight quite
Ah,
effectively sometimes.
right.
And if black goes c5, then maybe you go d4 and take c5.
Then you have d4, right?
Like then you take c5 and play in some parts. It's one idea.
This reminded me of your game with Nepo. I
Ah,
think
yeah,
you played a
you're right.
similar
It was
line.
very simple.
Knight c5, queen c2, and here, yeah, you managed to get this knight to h4. Beautiful move. Looking at this diagonal, looking at this square with
This was
both your.
already very bad for black, I think.
Yeah, very bad.
But yeah, again, he defended well. Like, throughout this match, I thought like whoever got a better position was ending up losing. Somehow.
Yeah, that person was not able to convert, but here you played pretty well, and then we
Yeah, like
moved on.
90 to knight f4 was bad.
Sorry.
Here I start 90 to knight f4 was very bad. I should have just played something more normal. Like just kept improving the position
Maybe
instead
knight
of knight e2.
d4. Yeah.
Ah, maybe like this. Yeah,
Yeah,
should have kept the
this
position.
take, and then here it became very crazy. In fact, you were losing here, or at least worse. And
Yeah,
then,
c3 would have won instead of rook c.
yeah, c3 was just winning because he's
And
pushing
rook
forward.
c6, knight c5 is there. Even knight d4 actually. So I was completely lost.
Rook c8, and here, yeah, I think Arjun would have ideally in any other game played knight c5 and won
Yeah,
this.
yeah, this was very lucky. But very knight c5, I'm completely lost, I think.
Yeah, this not saving his a pawn was sort of really
Yeah,
very
he was just
surprising.
nervous. He was just nervous.
Yeah. And then the final game, I think here you already had 2 point lead, so Arjun was in a must win game. And then,
Like
were,
this was the one game where he completely outplayed me as well.
yeah, he was very well prepared also. Like this all he played very quickly. He got his rook. Yeah. And then knight b5 takes rook d8. And were you like, you didn't see it, yeah, during the game, this queen
No,
e5?
no, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I had like around maybe less than 10 seconds here again. It just actually this time it was really bad.
Yeah, yeah,
It's such a
takes,
tough question.
check. And also with Arjun, it's very dangerous to get under time
Yeah,
pressure. Very
true.
strong. Here you
Again,
might have thought that you would lose this game, no?
I missed knight g5 again. So like I just had no time and I was just blundering very much.
Yeah, maybe rook g6 was even stronger.
Hmm. Yeah, here I'm completely lost.
I think you would be preparing for the next game already here.
Sort of, but I thought there was like very little hope left here,
Yeah.
and like just hanging on. It's making moves like
I like this move, like rook f1, forcing him. You had seen this fork, yeah?
yeah, like I have to see. Like I was supposed to see something.
Yeah.
They just carry on playing. So
Yeah, this was
because
very,
they
very.
are
I mean, generally Arjun would never fall for such tricks, but that day was different. And with
Hmm.
this, you won the match, won the tournament, and great performance. I think really enjoyed. In fact, today's session was so cool. I hope you are not very tired, but it was really fun.
Yeah, thank you.
It was
That was
amazing.
really fun. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was really fun. Thank you.
Yeah, I got to learn so much, and it was great having you here, Nihal. And before we sign off, what's your next tournament now?
I have the World Youth coming up from
Ah,
19 to
you're playing that
yeah, the World Youth
in which category?
under 18.
Under 18. That's the highest age category. Although you do qualify
Yes.
for under 16 as well, yeah, or no?
Yeah, yeah.
But you are playing under 18.
Yes.
And Arjun would also be playing in that, I guess.
I don't think Arjun is playing. Arjun is not playing. I think.
Prague is playing.
Praksh, is he?
I'm not sure. I'll check it out. We'll
Mhm.
publish an article,
I
but
don't know who's playing. So.
okay, I will check. So that's your next tournament from 19, 20, 21, right? Those are the dates.
Yeah,
December
19 to 23rd.
19 to 23rd. Okay. And there's one more thing we got, which was like you, Prague, Raunak, um, Gukesh and Vaishali will train with Vishy Anand. Do you know
Uh,
about it?
when I
It's in the news. There's this West Bridge organization which it has mentioned that.
okay, okay. I didn't exactly know about it.
Okay, okay. Well, you can
You
you
know,
it will be nice to work with Vishy and
for
you
sure.
know I think Gayevsky and Sandeepan Chanda and all of them will be working. So would be cool. Before we leave, guys, in the chat, please make sure that you subscribe to Nihal's channel. Nihal has 15,300 subscribers right now. Let's make it right now 15,500, and also people who will watch this later can subscribe to it. Mods, if you can spam the chat, spam the link, it would be very cool. I think Nihal would be streaming soon.
I guess so. I'll try.
Yeah, and Nihal, all the best for you. Thank you so much. We are very, very proud of the way you're playing and keep going.
Thank you very much. Thank
See
you.
you. Bye
Yeah,
bye.
see you. Bye.
Guys, that was Nihal Sarin. Amazing, amazing talent, amazing youngster. I hope you enjoyed this interview. I personally learned a lot from Nihal's analysis. Um, he's amazing when he has all these ideas in his mind, and to just understand the way he thinks. It's super cool. I hope you liked it as well, and do subscribe to his channel. If you haven't subscribed to Chessbase India, do subscribe, do like this stream, and also consider becoming a member of the Chessbase India channel, because we've launched memberships. There's this button called join. Click on it, and maybe you would like to support Indian chess. All the money that we collect goes to some cause for Indian chess, some tournaments, some sponsorships, something related to it. So please uh, do it. Yeah, I guess that is the end. And by the way, I just wanted to also point out that today I made a new video series which is Learn to Play Chess. Uh, Sorry, it's chess. I mean, from Chess Base India only. It was this one, Learn to Play Chess. And I have made this series for people who do not play chess here. So please do check it out, and you could ask your or send it to your friends or someone who doesn't know how to play chess. It starts with the very basics, what is a chessboard and so on. And every day I intend to put one additional video with how the pieces move and all of it. So do make sure that you can share it. And until then, guys, new video series where Sagar. Well, it's a four-year old boy, yeah, now who we are talking about. So cool. Okay, see you guys and take care. Bye bye.